Hello, just touching base with a few things at the moment, and still with the LT720. Haven't gone back to the Mystique. I'm waiting to see if they do a revision where you can actually alter the pump speed. There's been a few people reached out to me who have a quiet PC, or they sit close beside the PC, and they're saying that their Mystique 360, you can hear the pump, and it's a bit annoying. And sadly, it's all down to the fact that you can't change the speed. Again, like I've said before, on previous ones, I normally have the speed at say about 80%, and then I'll have it go up to full power, full speed, I should say, when it hits 60 degrees going upwards. Can't do this with this. It's full speed all the time. So, like as of now, where the system's kind of idling, I would be able to hear that buzzing away if it was a Mystique. It's a real shame because it's for the money. There is no other AIO there that touches it. The LCD screen is, or it's AMOLED screen, I should say, is excellent. The software, when I messed about with it, seems to be fine. Again, those kind of things are always going to be improved. Performance, great. Pump, annoying. And there's been a few people mention the same thing, and a few people returned it. So we'll be keeping my eye out to see if there's going to be a revision where they let you alter that, or they're going to do something different, or maybe on the one that comes out after that, they'll go back to that. I don't know how much this kind of a thing will affect its sales, where people have either returned it or complained about pump noise. If enough people do complain about it, obviously they'll make changes for the next one. If people don't, they'll probably just do this for the next one as well, unfortunately. Again, still waiting on more news for the Ryzen 9000. There will be an uptick on what my machine churns out, but it won't be night and day difference because I game at 4K, so a lot of that is obviously more dependent on the GPU rather than the CPU. But there is going to be a bit of a gain. For people at 1080p or doing obviously multitasking and stuff like that, it's going to be a good change. Gaming wise, it's V-Rising. It's all consuming. It's a big game. It takes a long time, and there is a bit of a grind aspect to it, but it's one of the better games I've played of that type in quite a few years. It really is highly polished in many areas. My only gripe that I have with that game is the teleporting thing. If you play the game, you'll see what I'm on about. Putting the limit on pretty much going through a teleport with next to nothing. Even simple things that you can pick up, it'll tell you you can't teleport if you're carrying this. And the crazy thing is a lot of those items it's saying you can't teleport with is stuff you use to wear on your clothing. It's just like, I can't take the raw materials, but the finished product I can wear through the teleport. So my gripe with it is there's no reasoning behind it, or there's no law behind why you can't teleport with certain things the way that is. I could understand if they said all things like all magical things or all gem things, or they say like only 20 items or less, something like that. But it is really quite annoying when you get to a certain spot and you just want to go back to do something, and it's like, no, you're carrying too much thread or cotton, or I can't remember off the top of my head what kind of thing is. And it's like, I'm literally wearing that, but I can't teleport. Oh, okay. So that thing is annoying. It's a bit of a time sink, that thing. But the rest of the game, the bosses are great. It plays great, sounds great. Really impressed with that game. And like I say, it's massive. Really, really big game. And speaking of games, one thing I'm a bit stuck on is the 5090s. There's talk that these are going to be shown face later this year. I personally think it's too soon. I think it should be next year. I think the 4090s have still got plenty of leg room in them, mainly because there's nothing coming out this year that I know of that warrants a 5090. Normally what happens is GPUs seem to be launched and big games seem to be coincide with it. So casting my mind back, Witcher 3, you had new cards come out. Cyberpunk, obviously they were pushing stuff for that, saying if you want to play it obviously full spec, this is the card you're going to have to use. So there's normally something big that kind of times with a GPU. So and saying, well, if you want to play this game at max, you need this new GPU. I don't see anything this year. The only one I can see is Stalker 2. That might well do it. You might well need something if you really want to push that game. I'm not sure. But I don't see anything else that's going to make 4090 owners want to jump to a 5090 immediately. Now, if you've got 3090 or something else, by all means, it makes sense. But just looking at 4090 owners, it's just like, I don't see anything this year for a reason for changing. Downside to that is obviously GPU shortage. The price, the money you make back on your GPU selling it, that's going to drop. So it's a bit of a crappy situation, but it's the same every time you move to the next one. But I'm just more puzzled on what game they're going to be pushing to try and sell these new cards. As what reason you need this new GPU. And the only one I can see is Stalker 2. So I'll have to wait and see on that. But yeah, unfortunately, I would like to have gone with the Mystique, but like I say, I've covered the reasons why, and hopefully something will change there. But yeah, if you are interested in a kind of RPG, kind of a bit of a grind, insane amount of bosses, a lot of variety. You can do the whole PvP thing. Base building is insane. The stuff you can build in that game, V Rising, is absolutely crazy. I mean, if you've got any kind of fetish for Bram Stoker, Dracula, or you want to build the gothic masterpiece of your dreams, you really can. It's quite amazing the stuff that you can build as you go along. But like I say, be prepared to put in a lot of time though. It's I did not expect it to be as time consuming as it is. It literally is one of these games that you could easily spend 6 months on it, doing this and that and everything. There's so many things you can do on it, and I would say you could probably easily do 70 to 100 hours without even bothering with the multiplayer side of it and the PvP. So yeah, big game. Anyway, bye.